YouTube, what's good? What's going on? It's your guy, Hugh Steph, and this is Billionaire Talk. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we got ourselves a video from Medium Man. I have not watched this yet, but from what I could tell, he's pulling a video from Kevin Samuels, The Godfather. I haven't seen this video, and I'm struggling getting through this intro, so y'all didn't see all the takes that I was doing prior to getting to this part, but we're not going to talk about that. Why don't we just get into the video? But before we do that, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Then now we can get into the video.
You don't want to build the resume. You don't want to actually have it where it counts to have the real leverage. You want her to respect your masculinity and your manhood because you have a penis and an XY chromosome. It don't work that way. Women respect resources. You can't check a bitch because you got nothing to check with. The only place you dominate is in the bedroom. Dominate on the balance sheet. Dominate on your wallet, which is your accomplishments. Any woman that you choose to deal with, her money should be no good with you if you're 100% man. You pay everything.
You pay everything. And there are videos just like this.
Exactly what I say. Men should pay for everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Everything?
Because generous men win.
I
and
see.
Women should be hypergamous. It's a good thing.
Okay.
Damn right.
Now you see that? There are so many videos of women sharing.
Why? Because it keeps her in her feminine when she's with you.
Sharing this Kevin Samuels video because of the fact that he said, you pay everything. Okay. So, and then, he was also talking to the men. He was saying, before he said anything about paying bills or money or dating, he started with the foundation, building the resume, as he liked to call it. He's talking about becoming the kind of man who has earned leverage through his accomplishments. He's not telling average men to expect this treatment just because they're men. He's saying you have to become the type of man women don't want to lose. Okay? Sounds very familiar because I've been saying that since I've been on this platform. Okay? That's exactly why I titled this live stream, The Men Who Qualify. Okay? And he also went a little bit further, saying that men don't want to put in the work. Again, talking to the men. Women didn't see that, I guess, in this video. He's saying don't envy the outcome if you're unwilling to do the work that produces the outcome. Everybody wants the benefits, guys. Very few people want the discipline, sacrifice, consistency, and years of self-improvement it takes to get there. I promise you, it is very tough. Okay? Now, let's play a little more of Kevin's video. Let's go back a little more. Let me dial it back. Let's listen. This should be good.
You pay everything. Why? Because it keeps her in her feminine when she's with you. I don't give a shit. The women.
Did you hear that? Let's go back. Hold on.
Why? Because it keeps her in her feminine when she's with you. I don't give a shit.
So real quick before he makes his point, I do think you have to be mentally adjust. There's reasons why men should pay for everything. And it's going to sound, it may sound a little controlling, but it's easier when you're in control of everything and you can leverage the control. And basically what I'm getting at is like, all right, boom, you move in with your girl. Keywords, move in with your girl. That means that's her crib. Cool, you may pay for everything else, but guess what? The second she gets mad at you, she gonna kick you out. Then you homeless. And you're gonna be like all these other dudes on the internet getting recorded in the front yard picking your shit up. Getting cussed out for cheating with yeah.
Hold on. One more time. And I know somebody gonna be mad, but you have to listen. All women heard was you pay everything, right?
You pay everything. Why? Because it keeps her in her feminine when she's with you. I don't give a shit. The women I deal with, they know I don't care what you do when you're not with me.
We're going to stop it right there. I don't care what you do when you're not with me. Did he say anything about commitment? Did he say anything about a relationship? Did he say anything about marriage? Did y'all hear it? And that's the part that gets clipped all over social media before that. Women heard you pay everything, and then they stopped listening right there. But don't stop the video because Kevin didn't finish. He also said, I don't care what you do when you're not with me. If you are in a relationship or a marriage with a man, do you think that he would care about what you're doing when you're not with him? Yes. Okay. So let's stop right there. That's the part that women miss. Listen to what Kevin Samuels actually said. He didn't say my wife. He didn't say my girlfriend. He didn't say the woman I'm committed to. He said, when you're with me. That's a completely different arrangement. What he's describing is that while you're in his space, sound familiar, right? You're treated exceptionally. I've always said, man, she ain't even got to bring a purse because she only going to be here for about 3 days. But he's also saying he isn't claiming all of your time outside of that. That's why context matters. Then connected to my own point, this is what I've been talking about. If I only see a woman for a few days a month, I can make those days incredible. Nice dinners, nice experiences. She doesn't have to pull out her wallet. She ain't even got to bring a purse, man. That's a completely different financial commitment than supporting a full-time household, okay? That's what women miss. He was not talking about a committed relationship. Kevin was talking about a quick situationship. You're going to be in my presence 2-3 days. We're going to have fun. We're going to sneak and creep, do what we need to do. We're going to go out to these nice dinners, right? And then he's going to send your ass off.
All right, so real quick, so maybe I was speaking more on a relationship standpoint, but it still applies because, again, women do want to be wined and dined, right? So if you put forth and pay the bill and step up, and it's attracted to them, it's almost guaranteed, hey, take these. Just throw them at you. You know what I mean? They like shit like that. I'm not going to speak on that personal matter, but there is other personal situations where I've been in, because this is what they're not talking on. This varies from dude to dude. But I have been blessed to where I've been cool with girls. We went out and stuff, and they rock with me so heavy. They was like, no, listen, you stay treating me and let me do that. And the only reason I'm throwing that in there is because it is an exchange. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, if you rock with the girl, you're trying to impress her, do what you do, boom, yeah, spend the bill. But when she does it, she likes you. And she wants to do stuff to you. And it ain't even got to be on that, like solely that's what it's about. But it's just the simple fact to get a woman to go against the norm and for her to come out of pocket for you, to treat you, she rocks with you. Keep that in mind, fellas. A lady that pays likes you.
So when you doing what you're doing, don't ask them to pay a bill. Don't ask them to change a tire if you get a flat. That ain't none of his business. That's why he specifically said, I don't care what you're doing when you're not with me. I just care how you act when you're around me. Makes sense? And this type of lifestyle is simply for the guys who qualify. So I don't want women to gloss over this message and saying men always speed past that part when Kevin Samuels said pay everything. Kevin Samuels was describing a situationship, woman. So of course he gonna treat you well because like he was saying, and like I say, for the guys who qualify, going to a nice steak dinner and dropping $500 on it, that's nothing to them. And it just so happens that sometimes it's better to have a pretty woman on your arm while you go into these nice restaurants. And also taking that pretty woman back home to let her lay on your nice bed, smell all that smell good you got going on, nice house, nice ambiance, sneak, do what you need to do, let her sleep in, cook breakfast, order DoorDash, watch movies, sneak in again. But once that Sunday afternoon hit, the dude gonna be looking at his watch. Hey, what you doing? I gotta go to the gym. I gotta get ready for work. You got to pick up your little overnight bag and go your ass back home. And once you leave, all of your responsibilities are your responsibilities. That has nothing to do with the man paying your goddamn bills. Okay? That is not what Kevin Samuels was talking about. So let me make that clear. So you can keep sharing this clip, telling guys who are trying to say, Kevin Samuels told y'all to pay everything for a weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Get the fuck out. Make sense? All right, let's finish the video.
But you don't even tell you about the guy. I don't care. All I care is how you operate when you're here. Will that be the way it is always? No. Eventually, I'm going to pick one. I don't want a rotation for the rest of my life.
You see that?
Pick one, maybe two.
Pick one, maybe two. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace.
Why? You don't need a rotation of people. The average guy you don't need all that. You may want it, it's ego. But anybody that deals with you should know what it's like to deal with you. Men should know when I come deal with Herb, Mr. Sparkling Water, I can't be on that bullshit. When we got an 8 o'clock appointment, he means 8 o'clock, not 8:02, not 8:05, not 8:15. When we got an 8 o'clock appointment with Herb, I don't know your name, I show up 5 minutes early is on time when I'm dealing with him. When I'm dealing with this brother, you come in with your facts, figures, data, statistics, and your numbers. When you got a 15-minute appointment, you have 15 minutes. You set your freaking watch, your timer, and it goes off at 11 minutes to let you know you got FOMO. FOMO.
That's funny. Man, I don't know why they didn't let the video keep playing, because Kevin Samuels was trying to explain the dynamic that, women need to be aware of. Because if you notice, Kevin wasn't even talking about dating anymore. He was literally talking about standards. He expects everyone, clients, colleagues, and women, to respect his time. We did a whole live stream about me trying to explain to women how important it is to not be late for a date, especially with the man who qualifies. You won't get a second date. And 9 times out of 10, he probably ain't gonna still be at that restaurant if you more than 10, 15 minutes late.
That's another thing for sure. Fellas, women have to take your time serious, because they for damn sure will get on you for being late, or if you missed a call, or just anything that triggers their mind and say, oh, you know what? He doesn't really like me. And shit does happen, but don't let a chick waste your time like that. If she 15, and then let her not apologize. She done. If you there, take yourself out, enjoy yourself. And if you want to flex a little bit, have her come up. She gonna see your plate is empty. You already got the check. You got the Amex Gold card sticking out. Sorry to pay for. And she could be like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry I'm late. Like, no, it's cool. Enjoy yourself. I'm out. Don't cheat yourself, kings. You deserve better.
You need to be mindful. And I know it's playful, fashionably late and things like that. Try that shit with a man who qualifies. Man, especially if he was in the military too. Me? Please. And you not on time? Are you crazy? Man, this is simple stuff, and this is the type of standards that I've been telling you guys to have recently. And that's part of the resume that Kevin was mentioning at the beginning. Your reputation follows you into every room. How you run your life, day-to-day life, if you allow people to show up late and things like that, it ain't gonna work out for you, man. You're gonna start abusing that. Okay, man, go back to watch that movie, The Irishman. One of the funniest scenes where Al Pacino's character was supposed to be negotiating with the little guy or whatever, and I think they were in some appointment, and he was early, and the little guy was late. They showed up in like, summer clothes and things like that. Al Pacino's character, he was mad, man. It was so funny. But I mean, the point is, man, don't show up late, man. All right, you got to have some standards. So let's get back to it. The little guy.
That's the reputation you have when you're 100% man, and it precedes you. So people value your time. They come in with their mind on business. They come in with their mind on trying to, how can we work together? How can I benefit from it? They ain't coming in trying to hustle you, side talk you, some 3-card Monty bullshit shell game. They come in with that respect. See, it's a hell of a lot easier to live life as 100% man because everything's out on the table. You don't have to become duplicitous. You don't have to baffle people with bullshit. The truth is so much better. But, I could be all wrong. Maybe I'm just full of shit. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Maybe it's better to be 50-50. Maybe it's better to, make, just be average. Because, at the end of the day, whatever. Because I'm sure there are plenty of guys going to be like, yeah, that sounds good. But, wine. Okay, I could be all wrong. But here's what you're going to get. You're going to have to tell me why it's better for you. You're going to tell me why it's better for you. Forget her. Notice something, gentlemen. I have framed this entire conversation around why it's good for men. Women are the fringe benefit. They're part of the benefits package. That's what I framed. So you're going to have to convince me why being anything less than 100% is good for you.
All right. I wanted to share that real quick. So I'm going to end it by saying this. And again, I know, guys, Kevin Samuels always gave shout out to the guys who are blue collar. We understand that. But you have to remember his platform, when he was talking to men, he was talking to the top 10 to 20% for the most part. And that's why the whole high value man thing kind of got diluted, because everybody was calling themselves a high value man because Kevin Samuels was popping at the time, right? So when he's talking about, man, if you just want to be average, that's perfectly fine for y'all. But for the men over here, it's a little bit different. I'm going to push you and encourage you to do more. Does that make sense?
We're going to cut the video right here. I think we have enough for today. A brief summary. Fellas, to handle business, if you want to be at the top of the food chain, you gotta take care of yourself first. Get in position to be able to say, hey, you know what? I want this woman. I want to be undeniable. I want what I want. Just work hard for it. Be financially stable. I was going to say financially stacked, but yes, financially stable, financially stacked. Call the shots. Be the guy that calls the shots, because that's more leverage. That the ball's in your court. You can make the calls. You call the shots. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean to be a dickhead. It just means to be on top of your game. Be that guy. That means when you walk in the room, other guys respect you. You know what I mean? People admire you. Women love you. They adore you. They respect you. More than anything, they respect you. So fellas, stay on your pivot. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do to level up. And it's okay to take a step back. Sometimes you got to take a step back to take 3 steps forward. It's part of the game. It's called adjusting. It's you got to make tweaks to your strategy. Sometimes you can't go in through the front door. Sometimes you got to go outside, around the back, climb the drain pipe, and then go through the second window on the second floor. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, I'm going to catch you on the next one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.